Doesn't like crowds, as a rule. Well, that's a fine-looking picnic basket. What have you packed? Let me think. I don't believe I've forgotten anything. There's cold chicken, cold tongue, cold ham, cold beef, pickles, salad, French rolls, watercress, tea biscuits, water meat, ginger beer, lemonade, soda water. Oh, stop! Sounds too good to be true. And for dessert, 2 kinds of pudding, vanilla and butterscotch. A choice between butterscotch and vanilla. How delicious! Doesn't have to be a choice. Have a china plate of each. A china plate of each? How generous, how friendly, how neighborly. I'd be delighted to join you.
I'm heading ready to be there in a moment.
Water rats are so lively on their feet. Hello, who's this? Molly? How are you, Molly? I haven't seen you since last week.
Hello, Badger. Molly's going to join us on our little picnic.
Splendid.
I had planned to clean the house, but it can wait. I went to Toad Hall. I thought Toad might join us, but the housekeeper said he was out, as usual.
I suppose you know he smashed up that beautiful painted wagon he had.
We heard.
Galloping too fast, reckless, smashed a farmer's fence and scared the chickens.
Tisk, tisk.
As you know, before the wagon, he had the boating fever. Managed to send half-dozen boats to the bottom, crashing into rocks and sunken trees. That sort of thing.
He does manage to take up crazes.
His crazes always mean trouble for friends and neighbors. I've had several talks with Toad. Each time he promises to behave, but he never does.
Tisk, tisk.
I wouldn't bother with him, but that I told Toad's mother I'd keep an eye on him. Toad's mother and I were the best of friends.
Shall we find our boat and get started?
Lead on, Ratty.
It's a wonderful lunch you packed. Hello, Badger. Hello, Ratty. Hello. You feel to make things in a great hurry. They were chasing us. Always chasing us. All around the forest. I think it's fun. But not for us. Who do you mean? Need you ask? The weasels who live in the wildwood. The weasels, of course. Ah, yes. Nasty chaps, those weasels. You live in the wildwood, Badger, and I don't know how you do it.
Those weasels wouldn't dare trifle with me. Besides, I've lived in the wildwood longer than any other animal, long before the weasels showed up.
I wish they had never come to the wildwood.
Oh, he's chasing us. They don't as bad enough, but not that. It's a terrible. I rarely go out at night, but if they continue to prove a nuisance, let me know. I know how to deal with troublemakers.
Thank you, Badger. Thank you.
Think nothing of it.
Don't trust them no matter what they say. They always tell lies. It's not right.
Leave everything to me.
Do you really intend to speak to those weasels?
If the situation warrants it, I can be quite aggressive at times. Don't let my age fool you.
I never go into the wildwood. They give me the creeps. Sorry, Badger.
No need to apologize. All that my home is in the wildwood. It's comfy and cool in the summer, and comfy and warm in the winter. I have no intention of leaving.
The world has held great heroes, as history books have showed, but never a name to go down in fame compared with that of Toad.
I went to Toad Hall, Toad, but you weren't home.
The clever men at Oxford know all there is to be known, but none of them knows one half as much as intelligent Mr. Toad. Do you like it, Badger? I wrote it myself, of course.
Of course.
A bit conceited, don't you think?
Conceited? I'm the least conceited person I know. The queen and her ladies in waiting sat at the window and sewed. She cried, "Who's that handsome man?" They answered, "Mr. Toad." Yes, several verses.
I'm sure there are. Some other time perhaps.
Ah, but you don't know what you're missing.
I think I do.
We're going on a picnic. Freddie packed a marvelous lunch. Do join us.
I am a bit hungry.
We've rented a boat.
A picnic on a boat? How distasteful! What if the boat capsized and one fell into the water?
You ought to know.
I'm quite through with boats. Childish nonsense, silly amusement. I've given that up long ago. I have a new craze.
Toad, must I remind you of that beautiful painted wagon you had? The one you smashed? That too was a new craze.
Pish posh, I finally discovered what I'm meant for.
What's that, Toad?
Beg pardon, but there's a salesperson at the door. Says you're expecting her.
I am? I wonder who it could be. I have such a bad memory.
She's brought a motor car with her, a handsome vehicle it is too. Red, trimmed in silver.
It's her, my new motor car! Red is my favorite color.
Toad, no.
Honk, honk.
What shall
picnic?
We'll have a picnic at Toad Hall. No gentleman or lady would dine in a boat in my river.
It's everybody's river.
Take the picnic basket and tell the salesperson I'll be there in a moment or two.
Yes, sir.
Motoring in a motor car?
We much prefer your roller skating craze.
Glorious stirring sight, the poetry of motion.
Toad, don't be a fool.
What dust cloud shall spring up behind me as I ride along on my reckless way?
Toad, you mustn't.
Think of all the hay wagons I shall carelessly fling into the ditch as I ride along on my marvelous new motor car. Out of the way, road hogs! Here comes Toad, king of the road, hop on!
He's off again. What are we to do with him?
I'm afraid there's nothing to be done. His newest craze will simply have to wear itself out. In the meantime, I suggest we have some lunch.
Scene 2! The Wild Woods! Nice!
Now look what we've done. Out at night in the wild woods. Stayed too long at the Mud Turtle's birthday party. What was that? What was what? Let's pretend we didn't hear anything. That will be easy. What was that? What was what? I thought I saw. Let's get out of here!
Little feet of mice out for a stroll, are we?
I say we give them a bite. Give them and then teach them who boss here in the wild woods.
We're planning to run away! Were ya? That ain't sociable!
No, it ain't. If you harm us in any way, you'll have to answer to Badger. Yes, yes.
Badger? We don't want them killing her. Shut your yap!
What is it?
Come here.
How my ears?
Never question authority, got that?
Yeah, Chief. Whatever you said. Your thoughts.
Hey, they're gonna wait! Let them go! Wasting time on field mice ain't dignified. Stand for what?
They said they'd help Badger.
You!
Me?
Come here.
How my ears?
I'll deal with Badger when the time is right.
When will that be? I know. My ears.
Gather round. We've got to be careful with Badger. She's well respected and she's wise. Besides, it's that dumb Toad we're after. Never forget it. Never! Why should a fool like Toad live in that great manor house? We're smarter than he is. At least I am. Right! Someday I'm gonna sit on his chair and put my feet up on his table, and you chaps will be with me.
That's nice, boss. Goodbye. Next, we're with you.
Remember, I'm smarter than a lot of you, so don't try any tricks.
You can trust us, Chief. They do say Toad's place is filled with fine victuals and soft beds. I'm totally gonna find a wine cellar. We can take it all, boss.
Soon, Toad will be history. He's too stupid to last much longer. When that happens, we'll move in.
Scene 3, a country lane. Ladies, where are you? Girls, we have an appointment here at 3 o'clock sharp. It's a public scandal. Everyone in the country is talking about him. He's a threat to life and limb. I've always liked Mr. Toad, but this time he's gone too far. He's frightened chickens so they won't lay eggs. The cow's milk is sour. Morning, ladies. Morning. Have you heard the latest? No doubt something about Mr. Toad. Indeed it is. He smashed up another motor car and landed in the hospital. What? Again? He's already been in the hospital 3 times. This
longer. He's a hopelessly bad driver. Pays no attention to law and order.
Killed or driven, it's got to be one or the other.
Artist first doing something about it. I understand Badger is going to have a long, hard talk with Mr. Toad. The sooner the better.
How many motor cars will Mr. Toad demolish?
Counting this latest? Yes. This latest makes 7.
7 smash ups? Just think about it. If he insists on driving himself, but he's no good at it. If he'd only employ a decent, steady, well-trained animal, pay him good wages, and leave everything to him, he'd get on all right.
That's not how Toad thinks. He convinces he's a wonderful driver, and nobody can teach him anything. Toad's stubborn. He's cute, but stubborn.
Here comes Toad, king of the road. Honk, honk, honk. It's Mr. Toad.
Out of the hospital.
Let's not stand about. Our very lives are in danger!
Once here. I think I hear Toad sobbing. Sobbing? Most unusual. Beg pardon, but the sales customer's here with Mr. Toad's new motor car. Another motor car? This really is too much. Send the lady away and tell her to take the motor car with her. Mr. Toad won't like that. It's red. You know how he dotes on red motor cars. Mr. Toad is in no condition to deal with a new motor car. Do as you're told, woman. If you say so, ma'am, don't know what Mr. Toad will say. Imagine, after all he's been through, he still wants to drive a motor car. I hope Badger's made some headway.
She has indeed. Congratulations are in order.
Did we hear sobbing?
The sobbing of repentance. Toad is a changed man.
He's truly sorry.
He's truly sorry for his misguided conduct.
That is very good news. How did you manage it? Badger can be very persuasive.
I simply informed Toad he was giving us animals a bad name in the district by his furious driving and smash-ups and fighting with the police.
Here, here. Good for you, Badger.
Independence is all very well, I told him, but we animals never allow our dear friends to make fools of themselves beyond a certain limit.
Well put.
I am happy to say that Toad has seen the error of his ways. Here comes our dear friend now, much changed.
Hello, chaps. Sorry for all the trouble.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. Which nobody can deny.
Decent of you, I'm sure.
Now, Toad, I want you to solemnly repeat before your friends here what you fully admitted to me just now in there. First, you're sorry for what you've done, and you see the folly of it.
What's this I'm hearing, Mr. Toad? You don't want the motor car you ordered? Sir. Sir. It's red and it has a nice big horn, too.
I'm afraid that you need it today.
Is that a fact? Mr. Toad has changed his mind. Don't sound like Mr. Toad. He will not require the car. Fancy that. Please understand this is final. You needn't wait. Well, a fine kettle of grits, I must say.
Come, Toad, no long faces. Tell Molly and Batty you're sorry for what you've done.
No!
No!
I'm not sorry, and it wasn't folly at all. It was simply glorious.
You backsliding animal. Didn't you just tell me in there?
Oh, yes, in there. I'd have said anything in there, dear Badger. You're so eloquent, so moving, so convincing. And I've been going over it, and I find I'm not the least bit sorry.
I told you so.
So you don't promise never to touch a motor car again?
On the contrary, I faithfully promise that the very first motor car I see, Hong Kong, off I go in it. If I hurry, I may be able to catch that salesperson. Out of the way, road hogs! Here comes Toad, king of the road, Hong Kong!
He's worse than before. It's a tragedy. What are we to do?
Friends don't give up on friends, and Toad needs us now more than ever. Since he won't yield to persuasion, we'll have to use force.
Force?
I feared it would come to this. Here's what we must do. Keep Toad a prisoner in his own bedroom until the madness is past. We'll take good care of him. It'll take weeks, maybe longer.
He must never be unguarded for so much as an instant. We'll take turns with Toad, till the poison has worked itself out of his system.
Caught the salesperson in the nick of time. She was about to drive off. But tea, my housekeeper's preparing cucumber sandwiches. I enjoy mine with a fly on top. Why are you looking at me like that?
It's for your own good, Toad.
What is?
Oh, what fun we all have together when this
Madness, of course, is past.
I don't like the way you're looking at me.
Stay with you until you're well.
I am well.
No more regrettable incidents with the police.
No! I'm in my new motor car! Honk, honk, honk!
Scene 5. A country lane. Night.
Toad! Down with Toad! Toad! Down with Toad! Smash him! Put him in the trash! Smash him! Put him in the trash! Bite him! Nip him! Give him a crash! Bite him! Nip him! Give him a crash! Lock him up and get him out! Lock him up and get him out! Toad! Down with Toad! Toad! Down with Toad!
Scene 5. Scene 6. Toad's bedroom.
My. These last weeks have been more tedious than I expected.
I'm quite worn out. Ditto.
And how are you feeling today, Mr. Toad?
He rarely answers. At least the attacks have been less frequent. Look, Toad's napping. Can we be sure? He's asleep.
Glad to hear it. However, when Toad's quiet and submissive, he's usually plotting something.
I can assure you, Badger, he's in the land of Nod. I could do with a stroll. Can't stretch your legs, Badger. It's Ratty's watch.
A breath of fresh air would be a comfort.
You go along and have your stroll. It'll do you both good.
All right, remember, don't let him trick you.
I won't. Be prepared for anything. Don't worry about a thing.
And how's Mr. Toad feeling this morning?
Seems all right, nurse. He's taking a nap.
Just to be sure. Isn't he the most darling thing? Poor chap. I mean, I'll just take his temperature.
But he's sleeping.
That doesn't matter. Besides, this way he won't object. He can be so grumpy at times. Cook says he won't eat a thing.
He has no appetite.
She made him a nice bug casserole yesterday. And he wouldn't take so much as a spoonful.
And he was always so fond of bug casserole.
Perhaps he'll do better with a mosquito sandwich.
Might tease the appetite.
I'll stay with Mr. Toad if you wish. I imagine him quite done in.
There's no need. It's my watch.
Mr. Toad's fortunate to have such loyal chums, if you're sure you don't mind.
You go along and have your tea. Everything's under control in here.
In that case, I will go along. I'll be in the kitchen if you need me. Gracious! According to this, he's barely alive. I'll send him some hot soup.
I could do some hot soup myself.
It's on the way.
Out of the way, road hogs! Here comes Toad, king of the road!
Oh dear, and he was doing so well.
Oh, it's gonna be another smash up! Smash up! Smash up!
Are you all right, Toad?
I see that cow stand over the road.
It wasn't the cow. It was just your imagination. A slight relapse. Nothing more.
Dear kind Ratty, how little you realize my condition. Do not trouble about me. I hate to be a burden to my friends. I'm a nuisance, I know.
Nonsense.
Haven't you realized how I'm barely a mere shadow of my former self?
Don't talk rubbish.
You'd better fetch the lawyer.
Lawyer? Did you say lawyer?
I did.
Why do you want to see a lawyer?
I want to change my will. I won't forget my dear friends, Badger, Ratty, and Mole. Tomorrow may be too late.
A lawyer? He must be really bad.
Did you hear that? Even my cough is feeble. Weaker by the moment. You'd better hurry. I'm done for.
I've known Toad fancy himself frightfully bad before, but I've never heard him ask for a lawyer. I better humor him and go. It would be an errand of mercy.
Mercy. Toad, what a clever chap you are. Great Toad, good Toad. The motor car went honk honk as it raced along the road. Who was it that steered it into a cow? Ingenious, Mr. Toad.
Hot soup, nice and tasty with a mosquito sandwich smothered in hot butter.
Eat it yourself, I'm dining out.
Mr. Toad! Mr. Toad!
Scene 7.
Outside the Red Lion Inn.
This is the place I was telling you about, Bertie.
Made a nice drive out from the city. Didn't it, Cynthia?
Yes, it did, Bertie. Quite nice.
How nice! 2 more for a luncheon.
Hope you're not late.
Why, it's Miss Cynthia, one of my favorite customers. Never too late for you. I do so enjoy serving the gentry.
I brought along my cousin Bertie. I told him to sit quite a table.
Indeed, I do, Miss February. The Red Lion Inn is well known for its food.
What's on today's menu?
Let me see. There's cold chicken, cold tongue, cold ham, vampire and jelly sandwiches, cold beef, pickles, salad, French rolls, watercress, tea biscuits, potted meat, ginger beer, soda water, lemonade, and for dessert, 2 kinds of puddings, vanilla and butterscotch.
It does sound tasty.
Not for pie, only on Tuesdays and Thursdays, sir.
I wish you had said something, Cynthia, and I had what I love for pie. Next time, come on to the cafe.
Is that new car? It looks like one.
Barely 80 miles on it.
It might be lovely.
I spent a small fortune on the car, more than I could afford. But it was worth it, wasn't it, Bertie? Every penny.
Come inside. You must be famished.
Rather.
My, what a beautiful vehicle.
Toad's escape. Smart piece of work that. Brain against brute force, and Brain came out on top. Poor old Ratty. Won't he catch it when Badger gets back? A worthy fellow, Ratty, but very little education or intelligence. I must take him in hand one day and see if I can make something of him. Ah, the Red Lion Inn. Best place for luncheon on short notice. Well, there's a handsome piece of work, that motor car. And it's red. There's no harm just looking at it. It's quite unattended. I wonder if it's the kind of motor car that starts easily. I'll give it a try. Where's the harm in that? Out of the way, road hogs! Here comes Toad, king of the road! Honk honk!
I know that my motor car when I hear it.
There he goes, Gub! A criminal Toad!
Come back here, you. That's my motor car.
Stop, Dee! Stop, please, please! All right.
car? Can you smash my motor car?
Likes it or not.
Now that we have had our tea, I think we can proceed. I will not tolerate hoopla in my courtroom. This case is a very serious matter. To my mind, the only difficulty that presents itself in this otherwise very clear case is the sentence. Show in the accused.
Yes, Your Honor. At once, Your Honor. Sooner said than done.
Come in here, you! It chills my heart to have such an incorrigible rogue and hardened ruffian stand before me, especially one of the gentry. I myself have often thought how nice it would be to receive an invitation to visit Toad Hall, but of course it never came.
You're welcome anytime, Judge.
Are you trying to bribe the bench? Let me see. You've been found guilty on the clearest evidence. First, of stealing a valuable motor car.
It was a misunderstanding.
It was my motor car. Give me your worst, Judge.
None of that. Second, of driving so as to be a public danger. Third, of gross impertinence to the rural police. What was it he called you, officer?
Call him a flat foot, Your Honor.
Did not.
Did too. I got witnesses and weasels.
He said a flatfoot, flatfoot, flatfoot. Miss Clerk, will you tell us, please, what is the stiffest penalty that we can impose upon each of these offenses, without, of course, giving them the benefit of any doubt, because there isn't any.
Some people would consider that stealing a motor car was the worst offense. But being disrespectful to an officer of the law undoubtedly carries the severest penalty. Here.
What would you suggest?
Hang on!
None of that!
I suggest 12 months for the theft, 3 years for the furious driving, and
He completely destroyed my cousin's new car.
can't be repaired. Didn't have any insurance. And 15 years for him insulting an officer of the law. If I add it up correctly, it comes to 19 years. 19 years? Imagine that. Better make it around 20 and be on the safe side.
An excellent suggestion.
Myself, I never, ever liked odd numbers.
No sobbing in my courtroom, so pull yourself together. It's 20 years this time. And mind you, if you appear before us again on any charge whatsoever, it will be very severe.
Please, Judge, where will I be taken?
Dartmoor prison, dark and forbidden place. Frowning archways, ancient towers. No mail, no visitors. You'll have a dungeon cell.
You'll get used to it.
Look on the bright side.
It's jam.
If only Badger, Reddy, and Mo were here.
Well, they're not. I doubt they even know you are here. Come on, take it like a man. I mean, a toad. He's getting what he deserves. Good! It's prison for you, Toad. See you in 20 years. The criminal menace. This will be great.
Dartmoor prison. Where is he? Repulsive little creature.
He's probably sleeping. He sleeps a lot. And you mustn't call him repulsive. He's actually quite good looking for a toad.
Here is Connie. Thinks he's better than everyone else. I've seen this kind before.
Mother, you don't get men and gentlemen here at Dartmoor Prison.
That's because this prison ain't a hotel. I wish your father would go over his nasty cold. It's no pleasure for me to take over his suitcases, I can tell you.
You who, Mr. Toad?
As for Toad, I'm tired of his sulks and complaints.
He's so unhappy. Let me take him under my care. You know how fond of animals I am. I'll have him eating out of my hand in no time.
I find that disgusting. Don't know what your father would say, but if you want to spend your time with me in Temper Toads, you're more than welcome, I'm sure. When do the rest of us get to eat? Shut up or I'll slap you in my hands!
There you are, Mr. Toad. Did you have a nice nap?
What does it matter? What does anything matter?
Chin up. Got a nice mug of tea and some hot buttered toast.
I don't think I shall ever eat again.
I sprinkled cinnamon on the toast. You like cinnamon.
Doomed! That's what I am! Doomed!
You do carry on.
To think that this could happen to the popular and handsome Toad, the rich and hospitable Toad, Toad so careless and free and debonair. I'm getting what I deserve, stealing so beautiful a motor car and calling a policeman a flat-foot, stupid animal that I was. Did you put extra butter on the toast? Perhaps I shall have a nibble or two. I was languished while I'm here in this terrible dungeon until people that were once proud to know me have forgotten the very name of Toad. I can't taste the cinnamon. Food has no interest to me anymore. I shan't eat another nibble.
Sit up straight, Mr. Toad. Dry your tears and be a sensible animal. I've something to tell you.
Well, what is it, Molly?
I want to be your friend.
You've been very kind.
I've enjoyed you telling me about Toad Hall. It must be a wonderful place.
Been in the family for centuries. Why would you want to be my friend?
I like animals. I have a canary.
A canary. How nice.
I think you were given an awful sentence. 20 years. It's not right. It's not fair.
If only you were the judge.
I think I can help you.
No one can help me. Toad is doomed!
Do be quiet, Mr. Toad. You talk too much. That's your problem.
You say so, Polly.
I have an aunt who's a washerwoman.
I have several aunts who ought to be washerwomen.
She does all the washing for the prisoners in the fortress. You like to eat any sort of pages to see you understand.
One hand washes the other. I quite understand it.
She brings out the washing on Monday and takes it in on Friday.
That's today.
Exactly. Now, this is what occurs to me. You're rich. She's poor. A few pounds would make any difference to you. Spoken to her and she's agreeable.
I'm not following, I'm afraid.
You could escape wearing some of her clothes.
Yes, a wonderful idea. But see here, Polly, you're not suggesting that I, Toad of Toad Hall, go about the countryside dressed as a washerwoman.
I'm trying to help you. I suppose you'd rather leave the prison in a coach and four.
You are a good, kind girl, Polly, and I am a stupid Toad. But I dislike discussing money. I find it vulgar. I shall put the money on the table and say nothing.
Whatever you wish. I'll go get Auntie.
Do you mean she's here?
In the hallway.
Oh, this is most promising.
This is Auntie.
How do you do, dearie? I got a print gown, an apron, a shawl, and a bonnet with the string under the chin. Is that money I see?
I don't see any money.
Well, I do. Now, you understand the guards will assume you're me. If anyone says anything to you, all you gotta say is, howdy boys, fine day? Think you can manage that?
Howdy, boys. Fine day. Yes, I can manage that. But still, do you really think anyone will believe I'm her? I have such an elegant figure.
Do you want to get out of here or not?
Yes, by all means. Give me a hand, Polly.
Stop moving.
so cold, Polly. I don't usually wear bonnets. How do I look?
I've seen better.
It'll do.
Beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. But still, don't you think it makes me look a little dowdy?
Now, you must tie me up. There's a rope in the basket.
Tie you up? How undignified and ungrateful. No, I won't hear it.
Shut up, you stupid toad, and do as I say.
I don't need to be rude.
I want to look like a victim of circumstances.
And so you should. But still, do you really think anyone will believe I'm her? I'm so much better looking.
Goodbye, Mr. Toad. Go straight down the hall, take a left, and if anyone says anything to you, you just reply,
I know.
Once you're outside, you're on your own.
Can't thank you enough. Oh, howdy, boys. Fine day, ain't it? So here I comes, fearing the worst, as a mother will do. And I've left my business to look after itself. And I've lost all my money. Must have fallen out somewhere.
That is great shame. What line of business are you in?
I'm in the washing and laundry line, and to add misery to my woe, I've lost my way.
Where might you be headed?
My daughter lives near a fine house called Toad Hall.
Toad Hall. I'm going that way myself. If you want, I can give you a ride in the barge. Wouldn't have been luck meeting you.
Bit of luck? What do you mean?
I've got a mountain in my husband's wash chute. He's off hunting right before our dinner. You can do the wash. It'll pay for your dinner.
You jest.
You're a washerwoman.
I suppose any fool can wash. Besides, why walk to Toad Hall when I can ride?
You'll be there in a minute.
Take your time. I'm in no hurry.
Just fetch me soap.
Yes, we'll need soap. Can't wash without soap.
Everything's here, even the water. When you're done with soap, I'll give you another. I don't usually have it. Just on her good.
You are very kind.
Thinking of another, I'll tie you up on the barge.
I imagine it's a mess.
How's that?
You said you were hauling coal?
That's right, in the hole.
Yeah, my fingernails look nasty from my prison stay. First thing I do when I get back to Toad Hall is get a manicure.
You call that washing?
I do. Very fine washing it is indeed.
Says you.
Pardon?
I've been watching you. I thought you must have been a humbug all along. From the seed way you talked. I was a fool for a minute.
You Uncle Bartleman, don't you ever talk to your parents like that!
And just who do you think you are?
I am Toad of Toad Hall. Well respected, well distinguished. I may be under a clouded moment, but I will not be insulted by a bargewoman. No!
Toad, eh?
And proud of it.
And so you are a toad.
Ignore the way I'm dressed.
Well, I Toad.
And thick. I was going to let you ride on a nice clean barge.
It's not a nice clean barge, it's a dirty old tub.
Dirty old tub, I'll fix you.
I won't stand for this.
Well, in that case, you better run. Take that! Come back here! Nasty crawling tub! Put yourself in a ringer, iron your face, and you might pass for a quite decent looking frog.
Scene 11.
By the riverbank.
Dear, dear, a serious business. Serious indeed. Much too serious for my taste. Calls for action. What kind of action? I don't see what can be done. I really don't.
Hello, chaps.
Toad!
I thought you'd be surprised.
How did you get out of prison?
It's a long story. Such trials nobly born.
What are you wearing?
What do you mean?
You look like a washerwoman.
I'll tell you all about it over tea and biscuits at Toad Hall.
Toad Hall?
I thought I'd stroll on down. I imagine the housekeeper will have quite a shock when she sees me.
You don't mean to say you haven't heard.
About what?
The weasel. We wrote.
I've heard nothing about those ruffians, no. Don't forget, while I was at Dartmoor prison, I could not have visitors nor receive mail. What have they been up to?
What have they been up to?
I'll ask you first.
They've taken over Toad Hall. Never! Think so, Toad. When you got into that trouble of yours, the weasel stormed Toad Hall. They said you were never coming back.
We put up the best fight we could, and we tried our hardest.
If only we could get inside. Places surrounded with sentries, foxes mostly.
This requires considerable intelligence. Let me think. We've got to get rid of those sentries. Rain
We
over
tried our
blue forest.
best. How? We've tried our best.
Leave it to me. I'll get rid of those foxes.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Better forget it, Toad. We're vastly outnumbered.
I've been treated savagely by the courts, subjected to indignities, and insulted by a bargewoman. Still, I endure.
It's another craze. That's what it is.
Begging your pardon, sir, ladies, would any of you happen to know where I might find one Mr. Toad Hall? I went to his residence, but some unpleasant foxes said he didn't live there anymore.
Why do you need him?
I believe he's incarcerated in Dartmoor prison.
Not anymore, he ain't. He escaped, and a fine piece of work it was too. There one moment, gone the next.
What a clever chap he must be.
What's that you're holding?
It's Mr. Toad's pardon.
Pardon?
Pardon.
The judge had second thoughts, and she hopes now that Mr. Toad's free and he'll invite him to lunch one day.
I'll take this and get it to Mr. Toad.
He's bound to show up sooner or later.
Much obliged, I'm sure. Bye, y'all.
A pardon too always comes out on top.
Don't be arrogant, Toad.
Be grateful.
I'm never arrogant and I'm always grateful. I want my home back.
If we were inside the hall, we could deal with those weasels. They're actually cowards.
There's a secret tunnel that comes out under the butler's pantry.
What?
I don't know. That's a secret. Your mother told me about it. We'll attack via the tunnel. Tonight's going to be a big party. Chief Weasel's birthday. All the weasels will be gathered in the dining hall, eating and drinking and laughing and carrying on.
Expecting nothing. No swords, no sticks, no guns, no arms of any sort whatsoever. But the guards will be posted as usual, outside.
That's where the tunnel comes in. We'll rush out of the butler's pantry and whack those weasels and whack them and whack them and whack us. Serve them right!
What if the foxes rush in?
We'll have to arm ourselves, but first we better nap. We're gonna need our strength.
Good idea.
I'll get rid of those sentries. Child's play.
Toad, Toad, down with Toad. Smash it, put 'em in the trash.
My, what fine sentries.
Bite him, nip him, give 'em a crash.
Oh.
No trespassers either.
Wasn't it Washington today?
We don't want any Washington today or at any other time. Now, throw in my good book.
Oh, it won't be me that'll be running away in a very short time from now.
What's she talking about?
My daughter works for Miss Badger, and she told her that 100 Bloodthirsty badgers armed with pistols and cutlasses and rifles are gonna storm Toad Hall this very night.
I ain't paid enough for that. You say them badgers and rats and moles are armed?
They'll be yelling for vengeance.
They ain't gonna get me. We better tell the others. Like she says, I ain't fighting an army. But what about the weasels? Forget the weasels. It's my pelt I'm thinking of.
No more sentries, Toad. How do you do it? Great Toad. The army all saluted as they marched along the road. Was it the king? Was it the king? No. It was Mr. Toad.
Scene 12! Toad! No! Weasel Hall! The tunnel! Birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, Chief Weasel! Happy birthday to you! Thank you, lads. Much appreciated.
Careful where you step. There might be broken glass.
You should let me lead, Badger. I'm used to the dock.
So am I.
Where do you think we are, Badger?
We're nearing the butler's pantry.
Maybe I should go back. I could find a sword or rifle somewhere.
Too late now, Toad. Operation Butler's Pantry.
It's so cold and dark.
And low and narrow.
Reminds me of my cell in Dartmoor prison. Ah! Achoo!
Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
Listen, it's only the weasel.
Having a fine old time.
Isn't anyone going to thank me for getting rid of those sentries?
You might have put those scheme in jeopardy.
Is that all the thanks I get?
The trap door to the butler's pantry is up ahead. Be on guard.
Be quiet. No one speaks so much as a whisper.
I don't feel well. Maybe we should come out tomorrow. Ah! Ah! Achoo!
Scene 13. Toad Hall. No, Weasel Hall.
Hurry up, you sorry sack! Ain't got all day!
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Some of them ran into the closet and slammed the door.
Riverbank is glad you're back.
Quite.
You'll have to have a party. It'll be expected.
Ooh, I love parties. I shall propose a program.
Look here, Toad. We want you to understand that there will be no speeches from you and no songs from you. You must learn humility. Try to grasp the fact that on this occasion we're not arguing with you.
Couldn't I just sing one little song? The toad came home.
No!
Since it's a special occasion, I'll outdo myself. We'll have cold chicken, cold tongue, cold ham, cold beef, potted meat, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, pickles, salad, tea, watercress, soda water.
I would like to make a toast in cheese and crackers to our most gracious host, Mr. Toad.
He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. Cheese and crackers, for cheese and crackers. It's quite a nice party. Wait till you see the banquet that's been spread out. I always like Mr. Toad. He's odd, but likable. Imagine getting a prison pardon after all his tricks. See, I told you Mr. Toad was exceptional. I'll give him that. What is Mr. Toad? Yes! Where is Mr. Toad? Attending to his attire. He's quite the fashion play when he wants to be. Great style. That is for a toad. Nothing but the best. Clothes made the toad. Changed his shirt 6 times a day.
May I have your attention, please? I would like to say that Toad is a changed man.
Life has taught him a great deal.
Splendid.
He has learned from life. We need never fear another craze.
Toad is now quite content to be the simple village squire, enjoying the quiet and peace of the countryside, listening to the wind in the willows.
Aww.
Isn't that nice?
And to think I knew him when he was down and out.
We need never fear another craze.
He's completely cured.
4.
I saw a golf ball, and a very nice one it was too. Expensive, I could tell. Golf is a very expensive sport. I ought to know. It practically put me in bankruptcy more than once.
4. Oh, Badger. Oh, Rat. Oh, Mole. I finally discovered what I'm meant for.
Not a golfer.
Yes, a golfer. Isn't it wonderful? Well, forget about wagons. Forget about boats. Forget about motor cars. Give me a club and I'm as happy as a toad can be. I want to go to London tomorrow and buy a golf store. And I want to dig up the front lawn for a golf course. 4.
For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny.
4.
fabulous. Maybe one of you will be up on stage next year if you take a couple of classes. I forgot to tell you about the process. The actors also helped to paint the set along with parent volunteers. And they also were responsible for costumes, and they're all responsible for their props. So what they're going to do right now is they're going to go downstairs for family and friends, change out of their costumes, and then they'll be right up here. But we have one more announcement from Pat.
One more announcement. Does somebody have a gold Toyota Sienna XZP with a Bailey Middle School magnet on the back?
I do.
You do? Yeah. Somebody who couldn't get into the show tried to pull through the mud, and they are this close to you. So if you would leave first, and then they can get out or tow back.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for coming.